Jane shall surely die of a broken heart, and then he will be sorry for what he has done. News! Ecstatic, delicious, wonderful news! Hearing the regiment would leave for Brighton. I thought my heart should have broken. My heart? Mine?
Oh, but, Mama, I have received an invitation from Mrs. Forster, the wife of the colonel of the regiment, to accompany her to
Brighton! Brighton? And I do not see why I should not be asked as well. Shall!
The journey was for scenery splendid, and when we turned in at the lodge, we saw that Pemberley Park was large.
It's quite a variety of ground.
Glorious woods.
Eh?
Woods.
Ah, good stream for fishing.
The house sits well on rising ground. I own I've never seen such natural beauty, so little contradicted by an awkward taste.
Whoa there, Alexander.
Something come for you, miss.
Oh,
Thought you might be wanting it.
news from Jane and very welcome.
Brought it to you then.
My dearest Lizzie, something has occurred of the most serious and unexpected nature.
Colonel Forster has informed us that Lydia has run off to Scotland with one of his officers. And to own the truth, Lizzie, it is Wickham.
How very ill Eliza Bennet looked this morning. I have never in my life seen anyone so much altered since the winter. She has grown so brown and coarse.
There's perhaps no miraculous consequence of traveling during the summer.
Well, I particularly recollect your saying one night, she a beauty, I should as soon call her mother a wit. But afterwards she seemed to improve on you. I believe you thought her rather pretty at one time.
Yes, but that was only when I first knew her. I now consider her the most handsome woman in all of my acquaintance, Miss Bingley.
Oh.
Congratulate me, dear sisters, for it has been a great while since I have been here with Precious. When I went away, I am sure I had no idea of being married, though I thought it would be very good fun if I was. Oh, God. Dear Jane, you must go lower now and I take your place, for I am a married woman. And what do you think of my husband? Is he not the most charming man? All of my sisters must go to Brighton, for that is the place to get husbands.
Mr. Darcy called to tell Mr. Gardiner he had found out where Wickham and your sister were. Mr. Darcy professed it was owing to himself that Wickham's worthlessness had not been well known. He called it his duty to put his foot down and remedy the evil caused.
But not brought on by himself, Lydia.
Lydia, indeed. He called upon her, but found her resolved on remaining.
Lydia would be Lydia still,
Mr. Darcy asked why he did not marry your sister at once.
because we are not rich.
Indeed, Mr. Wickham cherished the hope of making his fortune by marriage in some other country. Mr. Darcy then settled upon him a large sum for his acquiescence.
Jane, if you do me the honor of...
I will, and with a very full heart. But perhaps, for a fuller expression, you might prefer a word with my father.
Your father? Well, this is top of the hill and no exception. I will speak with your father, if available, at this very moment. Promise me you won't move so much as a ribbon?
A cat! A veritable cat! I'm ecstatic! Oh!
You're a good girl. I have not a doubt of your doing well together. You are each of you so compliant that nothing will ever be resolved. So easy that every servant will cheat you. And so generous that you will always exceed your income.
Mr. Bennet, what are you speaking of?
You have insulted me in every possible method. I must beg to return to the house.
You are resolved to ruin him in the opinion of all his friends, and make him the contempt of the world against the claims of duty, honor, and gratitude.
Neither duty, honor, nor gratitude can have any possible claim on me in the present instance. And with regard to the resentment of his family, or the indignation of the world, if the former were excited by my marrying your nephew, I shall certainly not be kept from it by knowing that you wished him not to.
Very well. I shall now know how to act. Do not imagine, Miss Bennet, that your ambitions will ever be gratified. I take no leave of you, Miss Bennet. I say no compliments to your mother. How great and rich you will be! What jewels and carriages you will have!
Jane is nothing to it, nothing at all. 3 daughters married at 10,000 a year. Lord, what will become of me? I shall go distracted.
This is an evening of wonders indeed.
Now I am quite happy, for you will be as happy as myself. Were it only his love for you, I might have always esteemed him, but now, as Bingley's friend and your husband, there can be only Bingley and yourself more dear to me. Now go, go.
And now, Mr. Darcy, pray continue.